you know, mostly kaolin, and Phoenix is a stoneware. It's a lot grittier. This is like throwing cream cheese as compared to, I don't know
Cement.
what.
And Loafer's
Well, not
Glory is
cement,
Loafer's Glory is in
Wet.
between.
Yeah, Loafer's Glory is somewhere in between.
Yeah. Because it throws more like porcelain, but it has a
Now,
tube
Lover's
like.
Glory is on, when it runs, it's on the right. On the wall. I didn't catch what you said before you said all that. You were saying something. Yeah, what'd you say?
That's okay. Just keep moving forward.
Can I get a read back on that?
Keep
You
firing.
can see my video.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over the basics. If this is repetitive, I'm sorry. If it's not, great. So wedging. If no one's ever wedged clay, you basically cut off with a wire, right? I cut off here, handy. Wedge on your plaster table, right? Easy as that. You know, plaster absorbs water, so it's sucking some of the moisture out of the clay, so if you leave it on here for too long, it will get hard. Okay, these plaster tables never come completely clean, so if you are using Helios, which I am, which is pure white, you'll have to deal with maybe getting a little bit of red clay in there.
So much for pure white.
Yeah, the children's class on Saturday we're using a low fire red, So wedging, the idea here is that just like if you ever wedge dough, or like for bread or a pie crust, basically you're kneading the clay, and what this does is activates clay particles, so it kind of energizes them, gets them moving. You're also blending the clay together to get it to even consistency and removing any air bubbles. Air bubbles is not a big issue when you're first cutting it off out of the bag because it's already nice and de-aired and pugged. But if you're recycling clay, that's a little more something to worry about. So I'm not a really good wedger, but the idea here is that, you know, I'm pushing forward and I'm using like this part of my hand and this part of my hand, which is directly in line with my forearm, okay, which is giving you the most exertion. And this way I can rock my whole body and use my whole body's motion to move this clay. Instead of just using my hands, you know, it would be tiresome if I was just using my arms instead of my whole body. So I'm rocking back and forth, and with my right hand I'm like turning the clay as I'm pushing down, and with this hand it's just kind of going like this. I don't know how else to describe it. And so eventually you end up with ice cream cone, or upside down ice cream cone, something like that. Okay, and then this will go right on the wheel to throw something, make something out of. Uh-oh, being beckoned. So